You're listening to the GunHunterPlanet podcast, your gateway into the great outdoors. So sit back, relax over a campfire, and enjoy the show. GunHunterPlanet, where guns and heritage come together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the, I almost said it, GunHunterPlanet podcast. Look, this is our first Zoom call with extra people. It took us a while, but Kevin and I think we figured it out finally. So we got Kevin here, myself, and then we got good old Uncle Bob and Dave Thomas. Not the Wendy's one, the other one. So what are we talking about today, boys? We had a conversation going. We thought we might as well just tape it.
Yeah, we're talking about ammo. I watched a video. Here's the thing. So I was trying to figure out, because I have a 40 caliber Glock. I think is that a Glock? What's the number? Does anybody know? Glock 23. So it's a Glock 23 40 cal. And I was thinking, okay, well, I got this 40 cal. That's great. But I really want a Glock that I can hunt with. And I was looking at the 44 Magnum, and the 44 Magnum is not Glock, but I'm just saying the 44 Magnum has a ton of power. And so I watched a video of this guy did on YouTube where he took the 44 Magnum against the 10 millimeter. They're actually both Smith & Wesson guns. I think it's called the Smith & Wesson 610 or 620 or something like that. So anyway, he did a back-to-back comparison, and during that conversation when he's talking, he explained that a lot of those rounds you can shoot different rounds with. So for instance, he said with the 10 millimeter, you can shoot the 40 Smith & Wesson round through that chamber, through that gun, because it's the same bullet except a little bit shorter. And he said that 357 Magnum gun, you could shoot 38 special out of. And then he said with the 44 mag, you could shoot 44 ACP. So I was just interested in that because I thought, well, why do I have a Glock 40 if I can just do the 10 millimeter and then just stack it with 40 if I really wanted 40? You know what I mean? So that's how the conversation started.
And I
what do you think of that, Bob?
I know what Bob's going to say.
If a gun tells me it's 44 mag, that's what I'm going to shoot out of it. Now, I know the 44 mag, in order to shoot practice rounds, so you're not spending a lot of money on your rounds and your ammo, you can shoot 44 Colt. Now, it's a little cheaper. I've never heard of jumping rounds like you just explained. Plus, I would tend to think that if a gun manufacturer is telling you it's a 10 millimeter, I'm gonna pretty much stick with 10 millimeter rounds for it. Now,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I guess I was just making the point that he then shot both rounds through each gun and explained that it was something that had to do with because it's the same exact shell except for one's a little bit taller because there's more powder. But right. I think he didn't say this, but I think I would have to imagine I agree with you, Bob. I would shoot only what's actually labeled for that gun. But
I know, like 357, a lot of guys practice with 38 in a 357.
Yeah. It sounded like he was just saying if you want to just shoot some rounds just for fun and not have to burn, or shoot really heavy ammo. But when I watched the video of the 44 mag versus the 10 millimeter, there was a dramatic difference in the,
Well, 44 is what 44 up until Smith & Wesson came out with the 500 and what was it, 460? That was the most powerful handgun you could buy, as far as knockdown power.
Yeah, because I was just looking at it because I still like the idea of hunting with a gun, a sidearm. I think it'd be fun to try that. And the one I really want to try is not necessarily the 44, but it's more the 10 millimeter Glock like you have, the 40, because I believe it's 40, right? Glock 40.
I forget the model number, but I think you're right. It's model 40.
Yeah. So model 40, 10 millimeter, 6-inch barrel, maybe more than 6, but it's at least 6. But I'm trying to figure out, what does that mean exactly for distance? So does that mean with a red dot or with some sort of scope you could do 50 yards, or should it only be,
you know, mine's extremely accurate if you've got it benched, which you're probably going to wind up doing, is having some type of support device, be it a windowsill, a tripod, a bipod, whatever. It's good out.
Have you ever shot deer with that gun?
No, I haven't shot a deer with it, but I have taken it to the range, and at the range, you're dropping rounds at 40 yards into a can lid. So it is very accurate. Yeah. So, and that's a can lid. Now you're talking about harvesting a deer with it. You could probably go out 50 yards, 55, 60 yards with it, because you're shooting at a football field or a football size kill zone.
Yeah, I watched a video. A guy shot a deer with it on YouTube. It didn't, and I don't, angles are and stuff. So I don't know. He was in a tree stand. He shot it with a Glock 40 10 mil with a red dot. He shot it, but the bullet didn't pass through, which I thought was interesting. But it killed it. It didn't go far, but it didn't drop it. Like what Jamie's son did to the deer he shot the other day. It didn't drop it like a 450.
That's what you need, 450.
Yeah.
You take that daggone pistol I've got, that Thompson Center pistol. That's shooting a 30-aught 6 round.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
the other thing. What's the one we were talking about, Kevin? We talked about maybe buying, like splitting it. What was that gun?
I think it was a Ruger 44 mag.
Yeah, but it was a big one, right? It's like the Hawk or something they call it. Super Hawk or Red Hawk. I can't remember the name.
But Red Hawk. Yeah. Red Hawk's their big one.
Yeah. That thing looks sick. I mean, that's power though, right there. That's like.
Well, it's like getting into the Smith & Wesson 500, the 460. You're shooting a bullet out of it that's basically between a nickel and a dime in diameter.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the 10 millimeter because I feel like it kind of suits a whole bunch of different uses. And that's what I was getting to. So I can use it for defense, for home defense. I can use it for bear defense, for killing the bear. I could have probably shot the bear with that gun. I could shoot a deer with it. I'd be very comfortable out to 40 yards. So I feel like it does more than just hunting, which I kind of like that about it. The real question is, how far will the Glock see? Because that Glock is a longer barrel. So
that's decision 6 1/4 inch.
So 6 1/4. But now there's also a Glock that is a normal size Glock, full size Glock that is another option. That is a 10 millimeter as well. It's I think the Glock 20.
That's a carry 10 though, right?
Well, there's the carry like Kevin has, like the small one, but it's the same length.
It's a mid-frame.
Small.
It's a mid-frame.
Yeah, this one's a mid. I'm gonna look it up real quick, but I think so. The question becomes, how far can you get with the mid-frame one? Because that one's a little bit more accessible to use all over the place. You know what I mean? Like you could use it out to 20 yards, 30 yards on a deer, but yet still use it as a concealed carry, and something else.
Well, a lot of it would depend on how accurate you are with the handgun. I feel comfortable shooting at a deer if I've got my pistol benched, tripoded, bipoded, whatever, supported, probably 40 yards. 40 yards is going to be it for me.
With the one you have, with the longer barrel?
Yeah. 40 yards.
Do you feel like the red dot helps you, or would you rather just use the iron sights? No,
red dot definitely helps. Especially when you become old, like myself. It's easier to acquire a red dot than it is to line your sights up front and rear. And once you put that dot on something, as long as you're holding steady, that's where the bullet's going once you sight it in.
Does anybody know what short frame means from Glock SF?
Not me. I don't know what it means.
No,
short frame?
I'd assume it's smaller.
Small frame.
It is small frame. I don't get it. Because
small frame is it's your short 45s, your short 9s, your short 40 cals, 380s. Those are all small frame Glocks. Like you can get a 45 in a small frame. It's just a small pistol frame. A medium frame, yeah.
See how they're both short
that's
though?
A small frame.
But they're both short. This is like Kevin's. They're both like short. But this one says SF, but they look identical. I'm just wondering if it has to do with the narrowness.
No, it's going to have to do with the length. Yeah, those are you. What's that? That's FF.
Because there's yours. Yours is long, you can tell. But I can't figure out what the SF is, because it doesn't make sense unless it has something to do with it being narrow. So that I can think of, because they look identical.
Yeah, they do.
I'm just trying to see what that means. Maybe, let me check the width. Maybe let's do this. It says 3 inches width, or 3. I'm sorry, 3. Number 3. Overall width, 34 millimeters. So let's just hold that 34 mil. Let's look at this one. 34. It's the same. So it makes no sense. It's got to do something. Huh.
I think it has to do with the actual size of the gun when you're holding it.
Let me do this. I'm going to do a screen. I'm going to cut this. Let me cut this. And then I'm going to go back. Let's open this one. And then let's pull that up. Let's pull up that screenshot just to see if they're identical. Okay, here we go. Now we'll have side by side. So here, length overall is the same. 205, 193, 34, 28, 140, 172. They're identical. This makes no sense. There must be something different in that SF. I don't know. I have no idea what it is.
Are you sure that's what it stands for?
It says, I clicked here, and it says SF short frame, which makes no sense because the frame's the same, unless the frame is different. Maybe it has to do with the barrel, the way it goes into the frame.
I don't know.
You might have to call the manufacturer on that one.
Yeah, we'll have to watch a video.
Put him on the show.
Somebody listening to this podcast is going, these guys are idiots.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically, you're right.
I would if I knew the answer. I can switch my screen back, but yeah, so that was interesting. The reason I asked that, and the reason I was, here we go. The reason I was confused about it is because when you go from the Glock 19, which is like a full-size Glock 9mm, to the Glock 48, which is the same overall size, but the width is dramatically different. It's like the newer, thinner ones. That's why I thought maybe it's something to do with that, but apparently it does
not. You've got me. I don't know what to...
Yeah, I did a comparison. There's a comparison right on Glock's page. I clicked both pluses and I put them in the same thing, and you can't. It doesn't. There's nothing I can tell is different. All the numbers are identical.
I do know that I've got a Glock 21, and that's a full size 45. That's a big gun. It's thick. It's wide. It's on a full frame. And then I've got a smaller 45 that's like on a mini frame, which is what I call small frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's still kind of thick, but it's shorter as far as your barrel, your length from the bottom of the magazine to the top of the slide. It's just a smaller frame gun.
Now, when you shoot those two side by side, Bob, are you just as accurate with both of them?
No, you're actually accurate with the bigger gun.
Yeah.
So the bigger gun is more accurate.
The bigger guns take a lot of your, because I know I have a lot of like errors that I need to fix, but my 1911 doesn't show up. My errors don't show up on there.
Right, because
when I go to my smaller compact gun, I'm all over the place. and I got to fix that.
It's similar to a rifle.
Yeah.
If you've got a rifle that's iron sighted, once you get the iron sights down, you're accurate. That's because you've got a distance between your rear sight and your front sight, which improves your accuracy. Same thing in a handgun.
Yeah.
The longer the barrel, the longer the slide, the more distance between your rear sight, your front sight. Once you get it down, the more accurate you're going to be. That's why they say a lot of your smaller frame guns are backup guns, because you're only going to use those within maybe 2-3 feet tops. You're not going to be shooting at something that's, 10 yards, 15 yards away from you with them.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I found the Smith & Wesson I was looking for. 10 millimeter Smith & Wesson M610, 6.5 inch stainless steel. It looks pretty sick. It's like a dirty, hairy looking gun. But that's a 10 millimeter. And that is definitely a hunting type gun. And then, here it is. Ruger Super Red Hawk 10 millimeter, 6.5. So it's the same length. I just wonder, the Ruger looks like it has more mounting options for scopes, which is obviously made for that. Whereas I feel like the Smith & Wesson, I don't see like where the Picatinny or how it connects.
No, I think on Smith & Wesson, you've got to add that.
Or I get it tapped. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to have that unless it's tapped already.
Oh, you're right. So the Ruger has a Picatinny right on it.
Yep, which gives you the ability to stick your red dot, put your scope, whatever you're going to do.
So that's the thing, right? Do you have one of these guns, Bob? 44 mag like this?
A Ruger? No.
Yeah, do you have this one? No.
No, I've always
see. I feel like that's where then it gets a little bit questionable, right? It's like, do you buy that or do you then buy a 44 if you're going to go that route, right, with the revolver? That's like a hard choice, I think.
Well, both of them are extremely good guns. Your Ruger, your Red Hawk. Once you get into that, or your Smith & Wesson, your combat magnums and stuff like that, they're both comparable guns. It just comes down to what do you prefer.
What's Jamie prefer?
450. Until they take that gun away from me, it ain't coming out of my hands during gun season.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you got nowhere to shoot that 450 because your distance is just dramatically dropped. Now you need a pistol.
Maybe we should get that Ruger and take it out to the hunting spot we got there, Dave, and shoot.
Yeah, it would work there. Yeah, it would
shoot a doe with it.
I love the idea to go hunting with the pistol. I really do. I think it seems extremely fun to me compared to like
you need to go in with a rifle first.
I've already killed deer rifles.
I'm gonna try it this year. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna do it with a handgun.
Yes.
All right, let's do the handgun challenge.
I like it. No Boom's out.
Yeah, he's in the 450 challenge.
Yeah.
44 mag.
You guys do you.
You guys do. Oh, see now look at
I'll
this.
clean up your wounded deer. No problem.
This one's a 7.5 inch barrel. Super Red Hawk.
See, that's a long barrel.
That's different.
And like I say, the longer you go on the barrel, the more accurate you're going to be.
Check this out.
You're popping compact
see if I can
blocks.
switch my screen around. Look at this one. It's Taurus Raging Bull.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'd do the Smith & Wesson or the Ruger.
No, I'm not kidding. I was just kidding. But that's a beast.
Yeah.
So let's see. The Smith & Wesson. I think it's called the old cowboy snout one. No, but it's right here. So 7.5. You can see it's got like a Picatinny system there. There's two of them. I don't know what the differences are, but there's no price here, so it's hard to tell what, Oh, see, they are different. Look, 5.520, and this one's a 5.501. So obviously there's something different between these two. I'd like to see the price so we know what's different right off the bat, money-wise. Then they got a shorter one, which I wouldn't do that one, probably.
You don't want to stay away from a short barrel.
Yeah, I agree. That's not going to work. So I think something like this. Now the other one I was looking at was the 10 millimeter, but this is a 44 mag. This is the big boy.
Yeah, six on up for hunting.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Throw a nice scope on that. Nice scope, and you're.
Yep.
Let's see if Sportsman has it in stock.
Bob's had one like that.
What?
No, the hunting store where we hunt at had one.
Oh, Bob's?
Yeah.
He's one of the
they had one
that have ammo.
Yeah. Remember we saw it in the case. Oh, they got the Python.
What is
that's
this?
a nice gun, but that Python, that's a 357, I believe.
1500.
What's this one? That's a nice gun.
Anaconda, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think that's got the scope ring or the.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's what I was asking. It's not a Ruger. Gotta get a Ruger. Here it is, Super Hawk. 9.5 inch barrel. What?
Yeah, but you think of the accuracy.
Yeah.
What is this one? Smith and Wesson 629. That's sick looking. It's got like a silencer on it or a brake on it.
Oh, it's got a muzzle brake.
That's pretty cool. A
Plus
lot of money.
Mount all your stuff straight up the barrel.
Oh yeah. That's pretty sick. Let's see here's the. Oh yeah, so here's the 9.5. It's a monster. Boom.
That's going to be it too. Boom.
Yeah, that's a beast. I don't know if I get the 9. I'd probably get the 7 right here. Well, the same price though, which is interesting. I think that's all you need. I mean, we don't shoot that far here. You know what I mean? So I think this at, up to 60 yards, no problem.
You're going to be shooting at stuff 40 yards.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too.
You're not going to be shooting at shit 60, 70, 80 yards.
Oh.
Unless it's a squirrel. I could hit a chipmunk at 100 yards.
I feel like I'm always buying Rugers now.
Ruger's a good brand.
I got a lot of Rugers.
Yeah, I like them.
They're nice. I feel like they do a lot of good things. And I'll be honest, that 350 is a nice gun, man. I really like that 350.
It's the same thing as I tell you with bows. Comes down to what do you like. They're all great. Just comes down to your personal preference.
Super Red Hawk. Notify me when in stock. Yep. Click that. Put my email in there. God knows we're not going to be able to get one of these for a long time, probably.
Yeah, they just say that in stores you got to go around and
oh, you mean go into different pro shops looking for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually look at Cabela's. They sometimes have that stuff you wouldn't even think,
Oh yeah, I've been checking with Cabela's once a week.
I thought Sportsman Warehouse is owned by Bass Pro, which owns Cabela's now. So I would assume when you search for something on their website, you get all of them, but maybe not.
Yeah, for a while, probably went 3 weeks ago. Cabela's had brought their price down on ammo too, but it's probably right back up again.
Yeah,
Dunham's was gouging a little bit there for a couple months, and they came back down.
That
hot mess.
That gun that Larry has is a 6-inch barrel Ruger Red Hawk stainless with holster.
Oh,
you got a scope on it?
Probably not.
Wait a minute. Is Remington mag and mag the same thing? 44 Remington mag and 44 mag?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why it has it separate here. It's like broken out separately. It's weird.
6 inch, that's a decent length of barrel for hunting, right?
Yeah, 6-inch barrel.
That's probably the minimum. Right? That'd be like the average of the minimum.
And like I say, you're only going to shoot that 40 yards.
Yeah, Cabela's doesn't even show the Ruger. which you almost have to have because it's got the thing for the scope on it. It's got a Picatinny built in, basically.
Yeah, and a lot of your Smith and Wessons, that gun's got to be drilled and tapped to put one on.
Yeah.
If it isn't done,
that's too much work.
Figure that's going to cost you a bill to have done if you do it.
I can't even imagine the cost of that. Probably hundreds of dollars.
Oh, $100. $100 you can get it done.
Sportsman's got a
Take it over
gunsmith.
to Magnaport, take it to a good gunsmith. They'll do it.
Yeah, well, I think it's the way, Kevin. I think we got to go with the Super Red Hawk.
Well, I just asked him if there's a scope on it.
Why is he selling that baby?
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, he wants to get a 357.
You can probably
make a deal.
Call up the guy from Amen too, see what he's doing. We got something like that laying around.
I was just looking at his website. He didn't have it. But he can get it. It takes some time. But I mean, he can probably order it.
What the heck was that?
He could probably order it.
Are we done for the night?
You got a party to go to or something?
No, you're eating it. You're eating into my bedtime.
Murder
Hey, Bob, before you go, I was going to tell you. So when I was up north with Kevin, I did some shooting. I shot my Glock 48 9mm, and that thing, it's got the longer barrel on it. And the reason I brought up the 10mm is after I shot that Glock, I was so accurate with that gun. Like I was like, man, this gun is unbelievable. Like I was shooting pies out 40 yards. Like it was unbelievable to me. I was just like, no problem. So that's kind of what made me think, man, I kind of want the stronger Glock now because how accurate I am with the Glock, I guess,
Well, if you're going to use it for hunting, do either a 10 or a 45.
Is the 10 stronger than the 45?
Yeah, they're pretty much comparable. If it's totally up to me, if you want a gun that's going to drop something, the 10, the round moves a little faster. 45, your rounds coming out to 45 at 850 feet per second, which isn't fast, but it's super heavy.
Yeah.
When it hits you, it's going to knock you off your friggin' feet.
Interesting. So people can hunt with a 45. I didn't even think of that.
Yep. It's not super fast, but if it connects to you, that 230 grains of lead hits you, it's going to knock you over.
Is that faster
than 1911?
Huh? Yeah, 1911. That's what 45 is.
That's a military version, right?
Yeah, I guess. But no, they're heavy and they're accurate and they're
take away
heavy. All my faults.
You can actually stand at the range, stand behind somebody when the sunlight's right, and when they're shooting a 45, 1911, you can watch the bullets leave the gun and go towards the target. That's how slow they're moving.
I'm calm.
But like I say, get hit with it, then knock you off your feet.
Think you could catch it?
No. I'm sure you could try. Be like catching.
I think so. No. Wouldn't advocate for that.
I would consider shooting a deer with the Glock 45. I wouldn't do it with the Smith and Wesson or the other one I got, Springfield. I don't feel like
Glock, Springfield.
I'm not accurate enough. But that would be iron sights, right?
No, you can put red dot on them.
Yeah, mine's got a Picatinny rail underneath for a red dot or a flashlight.
If you look at Glock, they make 45 caliber where you got the Moss system and stuff.
Bob, you're so right. I just watched this dude shoot a deer with this 45 ACP. He shot it twice on the move because with the handgun you fire once, you still have accuracy. He shot it again, dropped it. like dropped it.
Surprised you didn't knock it over.
Well, I don't know where the first hit. It's a 1911.
Yep.
Wow. That was like a 30-yard shot too. It wasn't even that close. And he did iron sights. I feel like this is easier than traditional bow hunting.
No. All right, guys. I'm out of here. All right, later. Later, Kevin.
All right, boys. See ya. Thanks for coming on.